Okay, hi everybody. It's Dana Christensen. Thanks for joining us for the weekly product Q&A. Glad that you are joining us or listening to the recording. I have Lisa with me. Hi, Lisa. Good to see
Hello.
you. We decided to do some meetings weekly just so that people can be educated on a little more on the product and how to use it and how to get the most effect for your investment, basically, because a lot of these products there's such a broad range of ways to use them and different things that you can use them for. So one of the things I wanted to talk about is the adrenals, because a lot of people have issues with their adrenals, and adrenals, you may not know, but these are little glands that sit on top of your kidney. So if you make a fist and put your fist right at your bra line, right where the top of your fist is at your bra line, the adrenals will sit right about where your thumbs are. So this is what I'm doing here, so you can see. And a lot of times when runners get done with a run, they'll bend over and they'll do this, and that's a subconscious way of sending healing energy to their adrenals, because their adrenals are shot because they've had to work so hard for that person to get their run in. So putting your hands on your adrenals is a really good way to support them throughout the day, especially if you know you have adrenal issues. Adrenals are responsible for making stress hormone like cortisol, and that's fine if you need superhuman strength, but we don't need that all the time. So our bodies are either in fight or flight or rest and digest, and it's not possible to be in both. So you're either in stress mode or you're resting and digesting. A lot of us get stuck in the stress mode because your body's very efficient. It wants to streamline things so that you don't have to make so many decisions. So if your body is making stress hormone a lot because you're engaging in stress for either mental, emotional, or maybe you just watched the news, or you just drove a car and kept meeting cars on the highway, that's your body is going, oh my God, we could die. Even if you don't feel it, it's still, that threat is still there. So if you're engaging in that system too often, then your body's going to streamline that stress response and say, oh, well, we just need to make cortisol all the time because that's what we do. And then you miss out on having the good hormones, because you can either have stress hormones or you can have healing hormones like DHEA, progesterone, testosterone, estrogen. And we get really out of balance just because of the stress hormones. So I want to show you a little trick that I learned, and it's heart-brain balance. And you want to touch your heart and hold your hand over it. And then you do some breathing. And you do 5 seconds in, a count of 5 in, hold it for a count of 5, exhale for a count of 5, and rest for a count of 5. And you repeat that. And as you're doing that, your heart is getting the information, oh, we're resting now. There's not a bear chasing me. And it's a really good way to help your body stop that stress response that's so automatic and say, oh, we're okay, we're safe. So that's really important. Some oils that are excellent for the adrenal glands. One of my favorite is nutmeg. I thought I had that in my little bag for some reason, but I don't see it. Nutmeg is amazing for the adrenals, and I like to smell it and then put it on the adrenal glands themselves. Clove is good, another really good one, and black pepper. Oh, the Blend Energy, that's an amazing one. All right. And so a lot of you might have gotten Peace and Calming roller this month. Since it was new, this isn't the Peace and Calming roller. It's in my bathroom. And that's another good way whenever you're doing that heart-brain balance, you could put a little Peace and Calming on there first, just for a little added benefit. Okay. So how do you know when your adrenals are shot? Well, you could have trouble sleeping. You could wake up tired. You could have afternoon crashes, like between 3 and 5. You could feel like you're going to fall on your face. Been there, done that. Adrenals use up a ton of minerals. It takes apparently it takes a lot of minerals to make stress hormone, and your body just burns through your minerals. And then you have mineral deficiencies to add on top of your hormone imbalance when this isn't happening. So mineral essence is going to be one of your best friends if you're tired a lot. Mineral essence is, I don't have any here to show you, but it's in a bottle with a dropper. It's got royal jelly in it. It's got a lot of benefits. You want to keep it in the fridge once it's open. I've heard that doesn't matter, so I don't know. I think the bottle says to refrigerate it. At any rate, 5 droppers a day is a serving. If you can take it straight, more power to you. A lot of people add it to their Ninja Red. I take a few droppers and put it in a big container of water so it dilutes it down, and that's fine with me that way. So you could just do that several times throughout the day, and then that would get you your whole, eventually you would get your whole 5 droppers full. Another product that we have that's great for your adrenals is this Sleek Shake. And I had, that's a shake that we have that's in the Sleek line, which is for weight. I have had it for a long time and haven't used it, and I was recently inspired. A friend of mine was using it once a day and has ended up only doing that and losing 18 pounds. So I'm like, shoot, I'm going to just do some of that. So the way I use it is I put it in a blender with almond milk, a few strawberries, and a handful of spinach. And then my container it's a packet of the Sleek Shake, and blend that up. That's what I had for lunch today. It was real satisfying, and probably not so good if you just take it by itself because it kind of tastes like cardboard. So just so you know, you got to doctor that up a little bit. Unless you just don't care. So, however, I like to enjoy my food. So that's another good thing. Another thing that is excellent for adrenals is AminoWise. AminoWise is an amino acid supplement. It's a powder. And I have it in my water bottle here. I just add a scoop to my water bottle once a day. And amazing, I took it, the first time I took it, I didn't crash in the afternoon. I thought, well, that's really cool. As we get older, sometimes we have trouble processing proteins or breaking down proteins. So with AminoWise, you're getting your essential proteins and then your body can manufacture the rest of them. And so proteins are important for all your cells. And another thing it's important for is serotonin. So it helps your body to have more serotonin, which makes us happy. And that's super important, especially if that's a struggle for you. So try the AminoWise. I think it's amazing. My husband is really it's actually more of a fitness product, but you can look at me and tell I'm not in the fitness end, but I do take a walk daily most days. But you can still use it for just getting your protein base down and getting those neurotransmitters fed. So it's helpful for the adrenals, or for your afternoon fatigue anyway. All right. So your adrenals are going to, I'm using this book, Ultimate Balance. It's probably backwards. I don't know. By Dr. Dearduff. And we're looking at the adrenal gland section. Kind of see where they're at there. They get their energy from 9 to 11 p.m. And so You can use supplements for them if you use a supplement between 9 and 11 p.m., it may be helpful for the adrenals. And it affects the solar plexus, which is the chakra around the core of your body. So, and then there's some points on the feet. So it shows you the points on the feet and then the point on the back of the head. And what is she saying is good? Okay. The opposite organ would be spleen and pancreas. So if you have, you could have problems in those areas, and they could be related to the adrenals. And negative emotions related to adrenal stress are being sick and tired, feeling the need to control, feeling defeated, or being a type A personality. Positive emotions are going to be that you're energetic, lively, relaxed, you surrender, and that you have balance. And affirmations that you could say would be, I have a balance of work and rest. I am full of life, energy, and stamina. Some other oil blends that she recommends are Endoflex. I already mentioned energy, hope, surrender, and then I already talked about nutmeg and clove. Some supplements that you could try are Thyramin and Mineral Essence, which I already said. Here's Thyramin. See if it's too bright here. Wait. There we go. Thyramin and Super B. Everybody needs Super B. I think everybody should take Super Cow Plus and Super B. Every human being. Super B is going to help you with energy, and your adrenals need that. And it's also the form of B vitamins that it has are methylated. So if you are a person that has trouble detoxifying, or if you have the MTHFR mutation, your body, those people have trouble methylating their vitamins into usable forms. And so the Young Living has methylated forms of B, different Bs in there. So it's good to take Super B from Young Living. Would you take AminoWise at bedtime to help with sleep? I would take it in the afternoon. You could take it at bedtime. It's a really electrolyte replacement also. So yeah, anytime that you can get it in. And I don't know, it could help with sleep, especially if people have blood sugar issues. It could help with sleep because it give you a kind of a sustained protein. It'd be interesting to just play with it and see when it works for you to take it. And hydration, it's optimum for hydration. That's another reason I started experimenting with it, because I have a scale that I use that has these sensors on it, and it tells me that it always tells me I'm dehydrated. I think it's because of my weight. I don't know. But at any rate, it seems like the hydration is getting better, and I'm tracking my water, and it helps me drink more water when it's yummy with the AminoWise. Some people don't like the taste of it. I love it. So it may have to grow on you. It's kind of I think wolfberry lemonade is the flavor that they call it. At any rate, some symptoms of adrenal exhaustion is if you're always on the go and you're a type A personality. If you have trouble falling asleep, if you wake up tired and are slow to get started, if you are keyed up a lot and you have trouble calming down, if you have high or low blood pressure, if you feel wired or jittery inside, it's kind of like your body's moving. You feel like your body's moving, the sensation like that. You crave salty foods. You have asthma, wheezing, or difficulty breathing. Allergies or hives. You get anxiety easy. You feel tired after just a little bit of work. If you have a headache after exercising, or chronic fatigue, or get drowsy often. Those are all symptoms. Now, some of our people are new on here, and we talked about these products, but I didn't really tell you how to use it. Now, obviously, Thyramin It's going to tell you on the bottle how to take the supplements. So those are pretty easy. Typically, I take this at bedtime. It depends on if you're underproducing thyroid or overproducing. At any rate, just experiment with that, but know that I take it at bedtime. And your reference guide too is these books. These will also tell you more details about the supplements as well. A lot of people just think that that's about oils, but it's not. If you get the big version, it's got supplements in it too. So let's just say you have energy oil and you want to use it for your adrenals and you're not sure how. I always recommend smelling, because I think that the oils smell for a reason. Like the first, we naturally want to smell them, and I think that's how they work best. So you could put it in the diffuser. You could also put some in your hand and then just make a few circles with your other hand and then cup your hands over your nose and inhale them. Another thing you can do is use them on the points of your feet, and you'll have to get one of your charts out of your books. The chart will show you where the adrenal points are. It's kind of in the arch of your foot, and you can rub it there. And then you can also just hold your hands over your adrenals on your back. The adrenals respond really well to touch. So just to hold, put a little warmth over your kidneys and hold them seems to be really helpful. So the main thing is to remind yourself that you're not being chased by a bear. Everything's okay. I'm going to be okay. Nobody's bleeding unless they are. Then you just be stressed out all you want. But I mean, and another thing, a lot of us eat in the car, just horrible, because you're in stress. Not in rest and digest mode. You're in stress response because you're in the car. So if you're eating while you're driving, you're not going to digest any of that food. It's not really doing you any good. So if you can just like pull over and eat, even if it takes you another 10 minutes to get where you're going, you'll be a lot better off. And I think it's interesting because a lot of people will pray before they eat, and they'll pray before bed. And just that act of stopping and showing gratitude and maybe taking a deep breath is going to put you into rest and digest mode instead of stress mode. So stay in that habit if you're in that habit. And if you're not, know that there's, besides religious reasons, your body responds really well to pausing when you go from one activity to another, and you're just letting it know, hey, we want to rest and digest now. So bless your food, or at least be grateful for it. Send it some love. You let it know you appreciate it for what it's going to do for you, and it'll digest better. I know that sounds woo-woo, but if you know me, you would totally expect that. Another thing that you can do for the going into rest and digest mode is a parasympathetic blend that I like to use, and it's lime oil and clove oil. There's my lime. I love lime so much. So you take lime and clove, and you can mix this up in another container and have it ready, another bottle. And what you'll do with that is take a little bit of it and put it behind your ears on this bone. This bone is called the mastoid. And you put a little bit of lime and clove behind your mastoid bone. And that's going to put you into it's going to stimulate the parasympathetic nervous system, which this point is for the vagus nerve, which is in control of a lot of digestive processes, heart rate, and different stuff like that. So that's another thing that you can do before you eat, before you go to bed. Now, if you have an imbalance in that area, that may not work, but I like to do that if I'm in the habit. So, but see, I'll make up those little blends and clove and lime, and then I'll give them to somebody. So then I don't have any. I get out of the habit because I've given it all away. At any rate. Okay. Is there anything else here? Is there anything that you'd like to know about, Lisa?
I wanted you to, you talking about something that helps with the serotonin. Was that the sleep shake or was that the AminoWise?
AminoWise. Yeah. And I just wonder what the book says about AminoWise because I never did look. I just watched a video. I don't know if it wasn't Dr. Minky. It was some people I didn't know. I met them in line at convention. They were Royal Crown Diamonds. Let's look here. See if AminoWise is in our reference guide. Bob has been using that every day because he sweats a lot. So for him, it's really, really good because as the electrolyte replacement.
I need to make sure I get whatever I can for hydration. Especially when I go for my infusions.
Especially what?
When I'm going for my infusions, so they don't have to stick me so many times.
Oh, yeah. Okay. It says that it's a workout booster containing amino acids and antioxidants. It targets muscle recovery while enhancing performance, aids in muscle building and repair, and helps reduce muscle fatigue while replenishing minerals lost during workout and exercise. And I said earlier that the adrenals use a lot of minerals, so that's why it's good for the adrenals. It has wolfberry fruit powder, lime fruit powder, phenols extract, zinc, and then proprietary hydration mineral blend of sodium citrate, potassium citrate, calcium citrate, magnesium citrate, fructooligosaccharides, tapioca, maltodextrin, citric acid, natural flavors, and calcium silicate, and stevia. I love it. It's got essential oils of lemon and lime. You put 1 scoop in 8 ounces of water. I use more water. And yeah. So it should help hydrate, yes.
Okay. I'm going to put that on my order.
Yeah. And then
I've never tried it.
Try half your weight in ounces of water a day. I should be drinking this whole time.
Right.
But it's important. And you can check yourself if you pinch your skin here and it stays up like that. You can see I'm a little dehydrated because it's kind of staying up right there. So that's an easy way to tell if your skin kind of stays creased. I'm really dehydrated. Probably that coffee I had this morning.
We won't talk about what I had.
Yeah, well, I just want to, and caffeine is going to increase. So you need half your weight, as a rule of thumb, half your weight in ounces of water a day. So if you weigh 120 pounds, you need 60 ounces of water. And if you have caffeinated drinks like like black tea or coffee, you have to take the amount of that liquid that you drink and add that much more water just to break even. So it's really easy to see where dehydration can come from if you're drinking coffee and tea primarily and only a little bit of water. Well, you're going in the hole. So, and our bodies are primarily, I think they're 70% water, something like that.
So adding maybe the lime and the lemon, would that help with any hydration or not? Not really.
I don't know if it would help with hydration so much as the minerals, but it's not going to hurt anything. It'll help your body to detoxify a little bit more. So, there could be something standing in the way of you staying hydrated, and that could address that. There's so many benefits to lemon. Another thing, it helps your kidneys, so your kidneys are responsible for a lot. And if you're dehydrated, they're going to suffer. So using the lemon just to support the kidneys would be a good idea anyway.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
When you do your clove, the black pepper, the energy, would you do those on application to the adrenals or to the bottom of the foot? Which would be better for that?
I kind of
the energy you would apply to the back on the spot, but would you do that with the clove and the black pepper, or would that be hot?
I have never used black pepper on my skin. I've always used it in a pill. So I can't speak to that.
Okay.
I can imagine it might be a little hot. A lot of times for energy, I'll just rub it on my tummy because your energy moves around your body, and if your adrenals are here, then you can put it here in the front, and it makes it easier to get to. So whatever's easier for whatever you'll do is the best thing, because if you're at work and I say, putting it on your feet is best when you've got socks and shoes or boots on, that's not going to work. But if you can use it more often by putting it on your belly, then put it on your belly. It's got to be something you like the smell of if you're going to do that.
I don't know if I'd want to smell like black pepper all day, but
yeah, energy smells much better than black pepper to me, I think. So I was going to say another thing too. You talked about using lemon and lime for hydration. A lot of our newer people may not know how to use lemon and lime, and I would simply put it in a container of water. Now, we typically don't put oils in plastic because the oil will break down the plastic and then you'll be consuming whatever it's breaking down. So we like to use glass for using oils internally. And how do I know that it's okay to take internally? Well, if it's Young Living and it's available as a vitality oil. Vitality oils have white labels like this. It doesn't matter if I have this bottle or the white bottle of lime. The product inside is the same. So as long as lime is available as a vitality oil, I can consume it. So you take your glass container, glass water bottle, or glass, and put your oil in and mix it up. It doesn't always stay mixed up. That's why I like the bottles, because if you put it in a bottle with a lid, you can shake it and then it'll disperse throughout the water easier. If you put it in a glass of water, it's going to float on the top. It's not harmful, but you'll get a big amount of it at once sometimes. And watch your plastic straws too. We don't want to put the plastic straw in there either.
Somebody mentioned in something that I read about putting salt or an ice cube in it so that it grabs a hold of the oil. Just a pinch of salt, maybe, of the Himalayan.
The pink sea salt
Mm-hmm.
is great for, especially if you're using water that is clean. So if you have reverse osmosis or distilled water that has no minerals in it at all, sometimes that'll purge minerals from your body as well as the adrenals purging minerals. So you can take just a pinch, a few grains of pink Himalayan sea salt and put it on your tongue or in your water. And yeah, that would help too with the the oil will bind to the salt.
That's what I was meaning. So it would not be floating on the top.
Mm-hmm. We do the same thing in the bathtub. You use Epsom salts in the bathtub and you put your oils that you want to use in the salt first and then put the salt in the bath. so that the salt disperses that oil evenly, so you don't get a drop of oil in one of your sensitive areas, because that can be really uncomfortable. No way to get away from that once that happens. Water is going to accentuate what the oils are doing. So heaven forbid it was like lemongrass or something. That could be really terrible.
Oops.
Yeah, be hot, very hot. Little goes a long way.
Okay.
Awesome. Well, I hope this was helpful for you guys. Thanks for being on live, Lisa.
I remembered. I was impressed.
Hey, I wanted to bring up too, because I'm looking at myself in this video. It's really kind of like I'm sitting here trying to, the Thieves Whitening Toothpaste. Oh my gosh. I can tell my teeth are white, or whiter than they were.
Yes, I love it.
Have you noticed?
Yes. In fact, I brushed my teeth last night with one of the other toothpaste, because I have all three of them in the bathroom. And after I got through brushing, I thought, no, I'm gonna have to do it again. I'm gonna have to break out the new one.
Yep. I know. I'm like, how am I gonna use up this old toothpaste? Because
yep, I'm doing it, but I think I might start mixing them.
Yeah. If it doesn't come back in stock, I will have to use my old toothpaste.
That's why I think we should maybe mix them, and then it'll help.
Yeah, well, and something else I thought of is that we can just use the whitening toothpaste on the front of our mouth. We can use the Aroma Bright that I have here on the back part of our mouth, and then that'll kind of go further.
Whatever works.
Whatever works.
I do love it, though. I love the flavor and the foaming.
Oh.
There's nothing I don't like about it.
They're slick. And they stay slick. It's really neat, because I know Christina the other day at our rally, she said there's no abrasives in it. Actually, there is an abrasive. The abrasive is hydroxyapatite, but it's the same exact material that our teeth, the outside of our teeth have. So it doesn't scratch them, because it's the same. So it is an abrasive, but it does not scratch at all. So pretty impressive. Very impressive, actually.
I hope it comes back soon.
Yeah, I think it will, because everybody in my household likes it. So I'm kind of scared.
Yeah, I've hid mine.
Yeah, I'm about ready to hide mine.
Literally, I have hid it.
So, all right. Well, I appreciate it, and feel free to reach out anytime if you have any questions. And we will see you back next week. If you have any product information that you would like me to talk about, just send me a message anytime during the week before our meeting, and I'll talk about it. So,
thank you.
Thank you. See you again.
Bye.
Bye-bye.